everyone, it's Shauna at Go Healthy Living. We're here to do a very short balancing video today. Some of my friends and students asked me to do a quick little video, so here we go. While we're talking, let's just get our wrists moving. Just get our wrists moving. Whether you work at a desk, if you're commuting, or if you're just doing a lot of cooking and housework, let's get these wrists moving. Let's put them on our shoulders and let's just take a couple deep breaths, because sometimes we're a little nervous. We know we need to work on our balance, right? If we don't use it, we lose it, but we're nervous. Let's reach up and squeeze down a couple times. Deep breath up. Let's wake up the back too and squeeze those elbows together. Deep breath up and squeeze those elbows together. One more time. Deep breath up and squeezing together. Okay, if you haven't already, make sure you're in a safe space in your home. And I did not put this video in my kitchen, but I prefer, if you need to pause the video, that you be near a kitchen island or a counter, something that's not going to move. If you are near a chair and you start to slide, right, that's not going to be safe. I have a stool here as an example for you, but I don't want you to use something that can move. So real quick, as we're doing this and we're loosening up, if you are somewhere where you're not close to something to grab onto, a big piece of furniture, you could have a bedroom, as long as your dresser is really heavy and not going to move. Okay, so let's be that. Okay, now let's get into balance. So I want you to think about your body like 3 columns. Everybody's gonna go onto their right side, okay, and you're just gonna lean into it, and just really push into your right side. Then you're going to come into the middle column and then your left side, right? And you're just going to press into it. So think about columns right now, and when we're on one part of the body, that's your column, okay? And so think about it being like a Greek statue, something that you're just going to really think about never moving. So if you see a statue that's full of solid marble, it's not falling, right? Okay, so you're on your right side right now, okay? You're gonna put all your weight on your right side, and you're gonna take your left ankle and you're gonna rotate it around. And we're just gonna assess. And if you already need to grab a piece of furniture, then that is also an indication to be very, very careful in this short, quick class. So we're gonna move that ankle around. If you found this class and you're great with balance, you can do your wrists, you can do your hips, you can really push yourself. But if you're new to it, we're just moving that ankle and we're thinking about the right column right now, and nothing's moving on it, right? Okay, dropping it down. Now thinking about your left column, so pressing all your body into it, and you're just gonna circle those ankles. And again, if you're very comfortable, you can go crazy. But if you are new to this, let's just stay there with little ankle rotation. Okay, so now we're already kind of just feeling what these columns are and how our balance is. Drop for a second, hands out in mountain pose, and assess, because sometimes, one of your ankles pronate in, one of your arches is a little different, so you're gonna feel that difference in the class. Okay, we have a chair or something near us if we need it right now. To start with chair pose. So chair pose, you are not sitting in a chair, okay? You are above it. But why I have this here is to show you, every time you go to sit down this week, if possible, before you sit, just hover over it, come back up, and then sit down and relax. This is a high stool that I have right now, okay, just because it fit in this little video fast. But you're in a regular chair, you're about to go sit, pause, come on up, and then go sit in the chair. And that's going to give you a lot of good practice this week in strengthening the thighs and the glutes and working on your balance. So I'm going to turn sideways for a minute. I want your knees over your ankles, and I want you to start to sit back. This is where it's important to have, a kitchen counter or something if you need to grab. You're going to start to sit back, and you're going to press your weight into the heels and make sure you feel safe, okay? If you feel like you're going to go down on me, grab something, okay? This is important. Why not the knees over the toes like this? Because your meniscus and ACL get stretched out over time, and we want to keep everything healthy, right? So we're here. Let's come up for a minute. So we're just practicing and assessing how we feel down there, right? So let's do that a few times, just flowing in our chair for balance. We're gonna hold, press into the heels. You can pull the toes up if you need to really check that you're pressing in back there. Lift up. If you feel like you're gonna fall, you're gonna grab some furniture close by, hold, and then try to use your strength to come up. So sitting down if you need to, hold that furniture, and then come up. Okay, now let's really work on the balance there. So our feet are hip width apart, our chest is up. We're gonna press back into those heels, knees over the ankles, chest, and we're gonna hold it here. So there's all kinds of traditional ways to hold this, but when your hands are in front of your body, I know it looks funny, but nobody's looking at you, it's just me on the video. When your hands are close, your center of gravity is a little easier. So start here. As you feel that you can hold this longer and stay here longer, you can move those shoulders and get some synovial fluid in the shoulders. You can reach back if you lean over a desk a lot or computer, cell phone. Traditionally, in a yoga style class, you reach up, you drop those shoulders down, and one of my teen students called it the uppies pose with little kids when I say uppies, but that really throws you off. So here is better. Okay, up for a second. So you're feeling that, right? You feel the strength that you're getting here, and you feel your balance. Over time, right, you watch this video, you can start doing this the minute I'm talking on the video, right? You can start doing these, and then you can hold here, okay? You can just work on it and really work on the strength. This is an assessment of strength, that you can sit here and visibly sit here and hold this. It's incredibly important as we get older to be able to do this, okay? So we could just make this class about our chair pose and it would be really beneficial, but that would be boring for you, okay? Deep breath in and okay. We're gonna do what's traditionally the tree pose. Again, probably good to have something near you. So I want you to put all your weight into your right column right now. Okay, put all your weight into the right column. We did that little ankle rotation before. And now you're gonna put your foot at your ankle. You're gonna pull your belly button in and up. Your shoulders are down, and you can have your hands down or at your hips, but if you feel comfortable here, if you need to grab your furniture, you're gonna hold it, okay? We're here. If you feel safe, okay, you're gonna find a place to focus. You might be looking on the video, but if you can, just listen to me and look at a focal point. We're gonna try to raise it up a little bit. If you start to feel very, very shaky in this, it's not worth it. Go right back down to the floor. You're still balancing on one leg, right? But if you can, this is a beginner balance strength class. This is not advanced fancy yoga, okay? This is beginner. And you have to begin somewhere. So you're spreading your toes out like a tripod. You're putting your weight like focused in that big toe, pinky, and heel. And you're thinking, wow, I'm feeling a lot here, right? Strength goes on. And for those of us over 30, we're always working on that bone density for the rest of our life. So we're loading the ankle right now. Okay, dropping it down, going on to that left column. And you want to do some little ankle rotations again and just kind of take a moment to assess this column. We're gonna put the foot out like this, toes on the ground, belly buttons in and up. We're working on our balance, works on your posture because you can't really balance and be like this, right? That doesn't work. Okay, so here we are. Maybe find a focal point again, and then you are assessing, am I already like a weeping willow flowing around? I better just keep that toe on the ground for class today and just stay here. If you feel okay, we're gonna come here. We're gonna look ahead, we're gonna breathe slow, relax your shoulders. It's not very relaxing sometimes to do balance because you're nervous, right? But it's gonna build your confidence that you have balance, that when you step off a curb wrong, whoa, you're okay, right? Or when you take that, stair wrong at home, you can quickly recover. So this is really, really cheap insurance to keep you on your feet and not falling, right, and hurting anything. So we're here. Over time, you can play around with taking your arms up over your head dropping them down. The shoulders, I feel like two little weights here, but that's an overtime thing, and maybe never. Maybe you have shoulder impingement. Maybe that doesn't feel good. Just keep them here, okay? I usually time my students in our physical classes to hold for a minute or more, just to really work on the benefits of balance and the bone density in the ankle, okay? But you don't have to be holding it long. On the video while you're watching, you could be taking a break, lifting up, taking a break until you can hold it. Over time, you'll see, in pictures, people are way up here. Don't worry about that. You don't need to get there. Stay under the knee, just please don't push on the knee joint. Okay, so you should be feeling a little bit of that in each of the legs, right? Shaking it out. This next one, if you have any kind of knee injury that it hurts to put your knee out to the side again, like we just did, because we're gonna go down a little with it, then you can just go back for a minute and do the squat pose, right? This is a point where it'd probably be really beneficial to have a chair or be grabbing that counter, right? So leaning on your right side, you're gonna take your left leg up, you're gonna put your left ankle on your right knee, and you're gonna sit back for me. I'm gonna turn it sideways for you too, okay? So we're here, lifting, exhale, we're pressing back. The first few times you do the video, you're probably gonna need to hold that kitchen counter, right? Over time, we're gonna see, but you gotta be close to something in your house that you can grab, okay? Because this is a lot going on. We're squatting, we're opening up the hip flexor, we're out at an angle, right? And traditionally it gets all fancy again, but we're keeping it close to home, okay? So we're only gonna hold another breath here. Deep breath and up. If it's your first time doing the video, if you're doing the video a bunch of times, you feel very comfortable, go ahead and just keep holding, turn the video off. Do it on your own. Okay, you're on your left side now. Take a deep breath in with that right leg, drop it on that knee, sitting back. And again, if anything hurts here, just go back to squatting. You can do squats for 5 minutes, right? Be very beneficial. So I'm gonna turn to the side again, and you're here, probably holding onto your kitchen counter, right? You're sitting back, and you're really feeling some good balance. We are just doing the squat pose that we did, which is chair, the tree pose, and then this is figure 4 because your body's kind of like a 4 right now, right? Okay, and shaking out. If you would like more balance work, you're just gonna put in the comments, please do a more balanced video. This is a short one just to give you, it's the first thing in the morning, and let's do like some of this while we're talking. Ready? Up and down. And you feel like, I really need to get my balance focused for the morning so that I don't fall, that I have strength, right? Let's take that deep breath and pull those elbows in. Maybe it's the end of the day and it's felt like a very unbalanced day, and you need to get your center and balance a little bit. Again, balancing over time. When you hold it a lot, supposedly you can't really feel stressed and worried because you're focusing on the balance and you're not worrying about the cares of life. Okay, before we head out, let's open our feet a little wider than hip width apart, and let's do some hip circles because we just did that nice figure 4, back and forth. So again, this is a very short intro with just a few balance poses. What's your homework throughout the week? Pretend this is a longer chair, okay, but it was small for this screen. And you're about to sit down, you almost sit, get back up, and then take a seat, right? All day long, you'll notice how much you sit, right? And then if you feel very comfortable, just hover over that chair for a minute if no one's in the room and gonna think you're silly, right? And yeah, for homework. Have a wonderful day, stay healthy, keep working on your balance, because if you don't use it, you lose it.